The 28 Days, 28 Months, and 28 Years Later films have always seemed to me like the sort of punk rock subgenre of the post-apocalyptic zombie films. And here, 28 years later, The Bone Temple simply continues in that regard. And just so you're aware, the film picks up almost in the immediate aftermath of the events of 28 Years Later. So, in case you were wondering, yes, you need to go and watch 28 Years Later before you go and see The Bone Temple, or you're going to be lost in the sauce for sure. Now, the story here continues following Spike in the aftermath of his run-in with Jimmy Crystal and the Fingers, and we also focus on Dr. Kelson and his run-ins with Samson and his continued construction of the Bone Temple. Now, I think overall, the writing in this story did what was expected here, as it just continued, again, what we saw in 28 Years Later. I thought the small writing was sufficient for the stylistic storytelling choices that were made here. There are some long bouts where nothing is really said, where you're just kind of watching things take place. The film picks up tempo as the story moves along, though, and we see the sheer violence that Jimmy Crystal and the Fingers are capable of as they continue their mission. We also get a chance to see Samson go through the process of having his humanity restored by Dr. Kelson, which was interesting, and the climax of the movie was by far the most exciting part, even though it was also the most predictable. Now, there's some action to be had in this film as well, similar to that of its predecessor. What would really shine for me in this movie were a couple of standout performances. Ralph Fiennes was amazing reprising his role as Dr. Kelson. And Emma Laird did more with the truncated screen time she had playing the role of Jemima than anyone else in the entire film, if you ask me. Now, I wish we could have gotten some kind of indication that Spike's father was out looking for him in this movie, rules of his colony be damned. I actually feel some type of way that Spike's dad isn't looking for him, so much so that in my head I would like to believe that he is, that he just hadn't found him yet, or that he died in the process of looking for him. I didn't love that all the zombies in this franchise are naked, and I've done a little looking into this decision, and the director said something about the fact that clothing would have disintegrated over time, which I certainly believe. So he's just trying to, I guess, be true to what would have happened in real life to someone in this particular situation. But all I'm saying is that in the other zombie movies and in The Walking Dead and stuff like that, the zombies had on clothes. I'm just going to leave that there. Now, overall, I'd give this movie an 85%. Or an 8.5 out of 10 if you're thinking IMDb score. Essentially a B+ for a letter grade. Now look, make no mistake about it. This movie is a niche movie despite its $60 million budget. And if you are a fan of this particular cult franchise, then you're sure to enjoy this latest installment. Now, if you're not, then what I would tell you is that you could probably stand to wait to see this movie until it finally arrives on streaming sometime this spring.